loves. How y'all doing? Okay, so today I'm coming at you with a bag that I do not have a review on my channel, but I have a lot of similar bags. And this is the Louis Vuitton Reggia in the Damier beam print. What a super cute bag. It's a hobo silhouette and it's super cute. But before I jump in, I just want to bring your attention to all of the information that is in the description of this video. I do live sales 3 times a week, and you can watch them from my website, thatcrazyhandbaglady.com. I also have links to my mobile app. You can watch and shop the live sale through my mobile app, and there is a link for Apple Store and also for the Google Play Store. And so if you are not already registered and a part of my little community, I would love for you to do so. So please, when you get a minute, circle back around and check out my website, and you'll have all the information that you need. And I hope to see you in one of my upcoming live sales. Okay, so let's continue. Anyway, Louis Vuitton Reggia. Okay, so the measurements. Okay, so I like to do a series of measurements. So from where it curves to where it curves is 14 inches. At the widest point, so if you just kind of like do this, see how it kind of comes out a little bit? It's 16 inches, and then the opening is 13 inches. And then it's about 12 inches tall and about 6 inches deep. So overall, it is a really good size hobo, okay? If you're into bigger bags, this is something that I think you would be happy with. Some bags that I think are in the same size family would include the Graceful MM, and I do have a review on all the bags that I'm about to tell you. But the Graceful MM is similar in, size family. The Evora GM, which is also in the Damier beam print, it's very similar in size. The Portobello is similar in size. I don't believe the Portobello is quite as deep, but it is similar in size. And then the Trevi GM also is similar. What's similar about this bag, the Evora and the Trevi, is that they all have the pleating detail. But so anyway, but just to kind of give you an idea, like the size. I know sometimes when you watch these videos, I can sit here and give you measurements all day long, and I can tell you how tall I am and all that kind of stuff, but sometimes it's still kind of hard to guess. But I do have review videos on all of those bags, and if you wanted to check those out, and I do reference the measurements in every video. So yeah, it's just to give you an idea. So 14 inches tall, roughly at the bottom, wide, 12 inches tall, 6 inches deep. Oh, and the handle drop. Now, it is adjustable, but there's only 3 options, okay? You've just got the 3 holes right there. Right now, it's on the longest option, and it's 9 inches, about 9 inches, okay? Now, of course, as you put stuff in the bag and it starts to go, drop, then that makes it even more because, just the weight of the bag. But anyway, you can see this bag is just I don't want to say basic, because come on, Louis Vuitton's not basic. But there are some specific design details that I do believe kind of jazz it up, make it give it a little more feminine look. Like with this pleating on the side, you have these nice little, well, I don't even know what they are. I'm just going to call them chaps, okay? Because that's kind of like, it's kind of like what they are. And then the other side, and there's your heat stamp. And it does have a decent size, strap as far as the width, okay? It's a nice strap. It's just the one. Now, one thing right off the top, I will tell you, this handle does not go back and forth. You know what I'm saying? Like, like on the Artsy or even on the Graceful, how you can get the handle out of the way. Well, this is pretty much just going to always be here. So it's not going to go back and forth. And even on the Portobello, that one if I remember right, that one kind of goes, but it still, in my opinion, is a little, I don't know, that strap, there's something about that strap that annoys me. But anyway, and then it does have the red Alcantara lining, which is really pretty, really pretty. And in case you're wondering, this bag has already sold, but I know sometimes people will see these videos like literally months or even years later, and they're like, how do I buy that bag? You can't. But anyway, yeah, so you got the nice Alcantara red lining, and then on the one wall back here, you do have a nice generous zip pocket. It will fit a full-size wallet. So let me just I'm going to use this one. This is a Louis Vuitton wallet, and it's just the traditional zippy wallet size, okay, which is roughly 7x4. Now, when you put it in there, you do have to kind of like do this. Like, you can't just drop it straight down, if that makes sense. You have to kind of do a little bit of a shimmy, like this. But it will fit in there, and then you can zip it. Because if you are concerned about security, as you can see, this bag only has one magnetic snap for a closure, and it's got decent power. It's not over the top, but if you're concerned about that, just the main closure, you do at least have this pocket that would house your full-size wallet. So basically anything that's going to be 7x4 And then I forgot how tall it is. What is it? Oh, I just said that, 7 by 4. And then, well, you can only see it's just about an inch deep or so. So it's going to fit any style that's roughly that size. So that's on the one wall, okay? And then you got your heat stamp there. And then on the other wall, you have 2 patch pockets, okay? And they're decent size. They're similar, somewhat similar to what you would find in the Artsy. You know how it has those patch pockets. I have, just to kind of give you just for size reference, I have an iPhone 11, and it's a little bit smaller than the iPhone XR, but this is not like the mini. It's just a whatever size it was. And then it sticks out a little bit like this, but at least you would be able to, if your phone that you're carrying is roughly this size, and you would have to just look up the measurements on this phone. I should have got my daughter's XR because she does have an XR. It would fit an XR, but just very, very snug, okay? And then, of course, you know, you can fit hand sanitizers in here, you know, your key clay, your key fob, your pochette clay, which is the really small one. And then you do have a D-ring over here on this side. And then, what else did I want to show you? And so basically it's just, you know, it's open. You could use a bag organizer in here. It's going to make the bag a little heavy. It's actually not a heavy bag even when it's empty, which is one thing that I do like. And even though it's not a structured bag, because of the way this thing is structured, this piece is structured. And so it kind of forces the bag to stay like a certain, you know, way. And then it comes down with this piping here. And I don't know, there's something about this. It's not completely structured, but it's not super squishy either, if that makes sense. So you kind of always have, you know, this going on. And then, of course, if you don't have it snapped, it's just going to be open like this. But it doesn't have the awkward gape that, like, you know, the Delightful has and the Graceful. I feel like those bags, I don't know, they gape open funny to me. It's just my opinion. But anyway, this one doesn't. This one's just kind of normal, you know, it's proportionate. You know, like when you put it down, it just looks, I guess just because the top, I don't know. Anyway, okay, so I'm going to go ahead and snap it together, and then I'm just going to, like, mod shot it for you. Okay, so again, and I'll put some stuff in it here in just a second, but it kind of sort of will pass the oboe test. It's really going to depend on your size. I'm 5'6". I do have like long arms, and so, but I can, you saw that I was able to get it over my shoulder, and then you can access it from your shoulder. It's kind of a taller bag. I mean, 12 inches isn't crazy, but you don't have a lot of room with your handle here, so it's not necessarily the height of the bag that makes it so high. It's just this distance here. But you can get to it. It's kind of like the Artsy. It's probably going to be easier if you can just bring it down to your arm and then get into it this way, or just set it down. I mean, that's just my opinion, but that's what I've noticed about bags like this that just have the one handle, because, you know, you inevitably have one kind of like coming off the shoulder. I don't know. This one doesn't feel like it wants to slide off, so I do like that about this bag. And so there's that. Okay, let me just fit a few things in here. Just for size reference, I brought things out that I'm not necessarily going to carry in this bag, but you could. If you're familiar with the Truce 28, it's the biggest of the Truce family in the Louis Vuitton. And I actually used to use this bag in my Speedy 40 as a bag organizer. And so, again, for size reference, I wanted you to see that, you know, it would fit in there. A Truce 28 fits in there with plenty of room to spare, okay? And then, because I just wanted to get like some bigger items. Well, here. And here's a 23, a Truce 23. So it'll actually fit right next to it. And so if you've ever seen these bags in person, you know that they're between 2 and 3 inches deep. And so, well, which would make sense because the bag is 6 inches deep. But anyway, you've got that. And so you could use those as bag organizers. And then if I wanted to just throw so this is the Zippy Organizer, and it's going to be the biggest of, well, okay, so technically there's a travel organizer, but this one is going to be a little bit bigger than your traditional Zippy wallet, and so it would fit in here. Okay, now right now everything is starting to be snug. It's got, you know, kind of side by side. I know that's not really the vibe of a hobo bag, as everything's kind of like loosey-goosey. But then also, this is just a regular 16.9 ounce bottle of water. So I wanted you to see that you can actually fit this in here too. Well, I have all these long items in here that it's going to be a little harder. Okay, I'm going to have to take the Truce 23 out because it's going to move this over. Okay, so see, if I just wanted to put my water in there, like I can fit my water in there. And then if I'm not carrying the, you know, Zippy Organizer, I could put my wallet in that zipper pocket. and then I would, you know, free up room for the rest. But I mean, if you're not actually using these, you know, if you're not putting truce bags in here, which again, I was just showing you for size reference, you could use your Zippy Organizer. And then like for me, I carry a, oh, my hands are cold, so my rings are super loose. This is the old model accessory pochette. And so then that would fit in there. But see how they just kind of automatically fall to their, they fall flat. And so then you have that, and then you can, you know, throw your water bottle in here, put it over on the side. You probably don't want that, you know, flopping around. But anyway, you have that. I actually use a bigger calendar, and I don't have it right now, but I also have like my readers in this. Now, I don't really like for my readers to be flopping around just because I don't want them to get broken. So I'm actually going to put that like in the side pocket like this. Okay. And then probably my phone would go in the other one. I don't really want, or my keys. I don't really mind digging for my phone, but it's my keys that annoy me. Even though there is a D-ring in here, I've really gotten out of the habit of using my little hook. I don't know why. And then, okay, oh, I've got my pen case. This is just my little upcycled pen case, which by the way, these are available on my website right now. Sometimes it's hit or miss. Right now I have them. I don't always have them, but anyway, there's that. And then my cigarette etui, I like to use that for my business cards. Now I have my sunglasses case. It's kind of a chunky sunglasses case, but it'll fit in there. And then really, okay, fine. I do have my little notebook. Okay, this is like my little don't forget what I got to do, you know, to-do list notebook. And so all these things are going to fit in here. It doesn't make my bag super heavy. And see, this is what I'm saying. Like you can, it weighs the bag down so you can get it over your shoulder easily. I don't really have any issue. And I can flip it behind here. And I have room, you know, like it's not, it fits nicely on the shoulder, I guess I should say. Okay, and right now you can see it's just open. But if I wanted to go ahead and just snap it together, and I'm never ever going to take time to do that. I don't do that. But you might do that. And then you just have this kind of nice little flowy S shape at the top whenever you do that. But I mean, really, it fits nice against the body. It doesn't, you know, bang along. It's again, it's not structured, but this part is squishy, so it does kind of fit up, you know, nicely against your waist and your hip. And so, anyway, again, just going back to the bags that it compares to, very similar in size family to Graceful MM, Evora GM, Portobello GM, and Trevi GM. And this is the Reggia. And I may not be saying it right, and if I'm not, get over it. Okay. I did look it up, and was the way most people were saying it, and so there you go. But it's fine if I don't know how, because it's fine. It's fine. But if it makes you happy in your tummy to send me a message or post a comment correcting me, that's fine too. Whatever you gotta do. Anyway, okay, so again, Reggia and super cute hobo and the Damier bean print. And by the way, I do have a really cute wallet that I think coordinates well. I know it's not matchy-matchy. If you're not matchy-matchy, you might be interested in something like this. See, it just, I mean, I know they're not, I know you might be looking at it going, are you kidding me? That clashes. But really, this is brown, and then the rest of it is black and white. This wallet came out in 2016. It was just a limited edition for summer and spring. But it just coordinates. I don't know, I like it because you can also spot it well inside the bag because you have the red and then you have this black. I mean, I don't know, it's just kind of like a nice pop, but also the same designer, which, you know, again, if you're matchy-matchy, you're probably cringing right now. But if you like to just have things coordinate, then there you go. So anyway, don't forget to go back to the description, check out my website, download my mobile app, and be a part of my little online, my live shopping community, okay? I'll be talking to you real soon. Okay, bye!